I kid you not. He turns himself into a pickle, and then he calls himself Pickle Rick. Hello? Starting off the video with a Pickle Rick joke? In current year? Bad start. I just know I'm going to look at the YouTube analytics for this video, and it's going to be like everyone stopped watching at this moment, and I'm going to be like, what was that? And then I'll see he calls himself Pickle Rick, and I'll be like, fair enough. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of...
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Today I wanted to talk about the worst of Instagram, but I didn't know what that was going to be. I thought that it was going to be this Instagram fact, which has occupied the recesses of my mind since I saw it. Genuinely, I thought that's what I was going to talk about this week, because these Instagram fact accounts, they're always posting things that either aren't true or aren't facts at all. But if you can believe it, Instagram gets worse. Special thanks to my friend Sarah for sending me this account. It is just prime material. Awful. The account is called Boys Attitude, and it is just so salty. And I'm sorry, I know, I hate using that word too, because no one has called anything salty since 2014. And I know that, but it is the only thing that applies here. This account is so salty, I'll be bloated for days! Before we begin, I just want to point out that scouring this account for material made Instagram think, he sure is looking at a lot of that stuff. He probably wants more of it. And now it's my entire Explore feed. So Boys Attitude's bio describes them as an attitude page. What is an attitude page? An attitude page is a place for the lads, the gents. Sorry ladies, clearly this account is just for dudes only. Wait, is it Boys Attitude or Boys Attitude? Like, is it just for one guy named Boy? And this is his attitude? But seriously, an attitude page is a page on Instagram that tries to be motivational, but generally falls on their face 100% of the time. They promote this mindset of being a king, which pretty much means having no regard for others, especially women, but also teaching you how to run $1 million business. And if that sounds particularly intriguing to you, forget about it. No, they can't teach you how to get $1 million business. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you think they could get you $1 million? I can see from their bio that this account has a very loose grasp of capitalization. Look at this. Think like a king is no caps. A king is not afraid to fail has a capital K. Me chasing you capitalizes the first letter of each word. And look, LOL is in all caps. I haven't seen anyone put LOL in full caps in years. Most people will type LOL and it's in no caps and you're like, oh, they laughed. But they went, LOL! Aggressive. That should show that whoever runs this account is crazy. But if you don't believe me yet, don't worry. We'll get you there. No sweat word. What's a sweat word? Do they mean swear word? This account's riddled with swear words, so I have to assume they mean sweat words. Imagine they just really hate that word. Like, you cannot say sweat to them, because it's like the word moist to them. They just hate it. Like, you go to the gym with them and they don't wipe down the equipment, and you're like, hey, can you wipe your sweat off that? And they're like, what did you just say to me? Well, I just asked if you could wipe your... Don't say it again! I'm a king! Now, this is the first post that I saw from this account that made me just know that this is the worst that Instagram has to offer. Be nice? Nah, people take advantage of that. This is attitude pages in a nutshell. They promote this vibe of like being a loner because the only person you can trust is yourself, or something like that. And then they're like, yep, that's motivation. Put it to print. And then they write that over a picture of a guy from Google Images and they post it on Instagram. Content. But this is only scratching the surface. It only gets worse from here. The less people you chill with, the less bullshit you deal with. It's not bullshit to spend time with people. That's called having friends. It's not bullshit. I'd recommend it. If you have the right ones, it's pretty great. Unless your friend starts the chain of events that ends with your Explore feed being full of this stuff, in which case, that's bullshit. Cry silently in private, and laugh so hard in public. So be the Joker. That's what this is telling you to do. Be the Joker. If it didn't have those pictures, then it might just mean don't show your emotions, which is problematic to begin with. But using pictures of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker means that they're saying, be like that. Hey! Don't be like the Joker. That wasn't the point of that movie. Karma says, be heartless, because this is the wrong generation for people with good hearts. Does that taste bitter to you? That tastes a little bitter to me. If you hated the kinds of people who were like, I was born in the wrong generation, this is them but worse. Imagine taking to Instagram with a literal middle finger saying, everyone else sucks, and then asking, why does no one like me? That's why. What's more is you just know that this is coming from a guy who, like, talked shit on everyone, cheated on his girlfriend, and then when they all left, he was like, no one understands good hearts. Not like mine. Not like my good heart. Because I have a good heart. What is with this account and the Joker? Stop trying to be like the Joker.
Didn't think I had to write that one down for you.
Okay, sure. Love isn't bad, you had a bad relationship. Finally, something rational from this account. I guess even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. Yes, sometimes you have a bad relationship. Sometimes it ends badly, but it doesn't mean that all love is bad. It just means that that was a bad situation. What? But you just said... But... X, do you remember me? No. I don't look down before I flush. Dude, you didn't tell me we had a Savage in here. They should change their username to Savage. Because that was pretty frickin' savage. Where'd you get your roasts? The Comedy Store? Something you may have noticed by now is that these accounts use those masks from The Purge a lot in a lot of their pictures. I don't know what that's about. Those aren't cool. Was that as hard to get through for you guys as it was for me? I'm gonna need something to drink after that, because of all the sodium I just consumed. That's right, another salt joke. That's how salty this account is. But do you know what makes that even worse? Except for that first slide I showed, that was all from one post. That's it. One post, one album on Instagram. All of that came from one post. Ugh, listen to that guy blabber. Hi, I'm the guy you were just listening to. I'm interrupting the video to say that the post I'm talking about got deleted, probably because it was a paid promotion for another account, and I guess the promotion ran out. But everything else that I talk about in this video is still there. So, yeah, alright, let's get back to that guy. Let's take a look at some more. This would be so weird if it happened to you in real life. Imagine you're just trying to swim and mind your own business, and this guy comes out of the water and says something like this to you. He's the mini-boss that you have to defeat before you can get to the actual big boss of attitude pages. Oh, who's the big boss, you're asking? Take one guess. I just want to point out that all those Joker attitude posts I just showed were 100% real and come from a Joker-based attitude page. I cannot make this up. There is a Joker attitude page. We do not have time to get into it today, but it's important to me that you know about it. Karma is not my best friend, but I believe he break your bone if you play with me. Okay, this one's not motivating, it's just straight up threatening. This guy's sitting here saying karma is not good to him, which pretty much implies that he sucks, but then saying that if I cross him, karma's going to break my bone. My singular bone. Also, not to split hairs, but isn't karma usually personified as a girl? You ever hear the phrase, karma's a cruel mistress? No one ever calls karma a he. But that's the thing about these accounts, is that they're all about the lads, the gents. The only girls that exist in this guy's world are the ex-girlfriends. Sometimes I save people's phone number just to reject their call. No, you don't. Sorry, no, you don't. Slap that on r/that happened, because no, it didn't. No one is calling him. Now, something you may have already noticed is that these accounts post a lot about love and love being dead and whatever. That's one really notable thing about these attitude pages, is that everything they post sounds like a 2013 Tumblr post. Okay, now I never had Tumblr, but you all know what I mean by that. Every love-based post that these guys do sounds like someone in 8th grade who just got dumped and had nothing to do but go home and write an angsty post about it. Bro, trust me, smoking is injurious to lungs, but loving is injurious to the heart. Well, geez. Finally, someone said it. I'm glad Boy's attitude was brave enough to point out the correlation between inhaling dangerous chemicals into your lungs and loving someone, I guess. I just want to talk to one of these guys' ex-girlfriends, if they even have any, which, let's be real, they don't. Also, take one look at this guy. You might have noticed by now that every picture in these posts is a picture of a guy with a very specific kind of look. I will bet you that none of the guys spending their time making these posts look anything like the guy in that picture, or that picture, or that picture, maybe that picture. Love is not my cup of tea. I prefer money more than honey. Great, and you will die alone because of it. Something these accounts do a lot is they'll lament how they don't have love, but then in another post they'll be like, I don't need love, I need money. Also, you prefer money to honey? Well, you can't put money in your tea. I mean, you can, but it would be unsanitary. Shut up. That's a real expression. That's a real expression, and you could look it up, but I'm not going to give you any time to. We're just going to move on. Do what? This has to be fake. This has to be fake. This account is a parody. The video's over. The account's... There's no way this is a real account. Everything to this point has seemed kind of fake, but this proves it, right? No one would ever write, clear her memories, like how you clear your browsing history. Also, the browser history joke feels unnecessary. I mean, maybe it would work in context if they'd made an analogy that made any sense, but they didn't. So it doesn't. No love, no pain. Stay single, only gain. Alright, look. If you're spending your time posting stuff like this on Instagram, you're not single by choice. Unless that choice is to make posts like this and put them on Instagram, in which case, yes, that is the choice that is keeping you single. I've had to film this video 3 times, and only on this 3rd time have I noticed that there in the second panel, it is overlaid with the first panel. Again, something that's not important, but I just felt the need to make sure you know. Don't worry about my looks or personality, dude. I'm not dating your sister or daughter. Okay, the message of this one is pretty much, it doesn't matter if I suck. I'm not dating your sister or daughter. Imagine a cop is like arresting this guy and he's like, what? No, I'm arresting you for tax evasion. Fine, I'd never want to date your sister or daughter anyway. I prefer money to honey. I'm an unmarried only child. Also, money to honey? You can't put money in your tea. I mean, you can, but it would be unsanitary. Told you it was a real expression. 2019 is a lesson about fake love and fake friends. 2020 is gonna be worse. But hey, on the bright side, at least this dude's gonna have plenty of time in quarantine to start building up his $1 million empire. Which is a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next, which is how these accounts promise business advice. You see, something attitude pages like Boys Attitude love to do a lot is say that they have business advice that can make you into a millionaire. Which of course begs the question that if they have information like that, why are they making Instagram content and not becoming millionaires? Because they don't. They don't have the answers, they don't have the information, and they're never going to be millionaires. When these accounts say they can make you a millionaire, what they mean is they can give you shitty motivational quotes about mindset. And when they talk about being a millionaire, they don't mean millions of dollars, they mean millions of shitty motivational quotes about mindset. I'm not ignoring you. I'm busy building my empire. This is one of the things that these accounts love to run is just the grind never stops, except they'll never run out of ways to say the grind never stops. But here's my question. If the grind never stops, how do you have the time to keep making these motivational posts? When are they running their business? Some boys daydream about girls. Some boys daydream about business. Okay, I included this one because it's a perfect example of how these guys follow their own business advice. They just write down the word business and sit there and think, dude, I'm going to be such a millionaire one day. Also, I have to point out that in the top left corner, there's the watermark from the actual creator of this post, but Boys Attitude put just a lazy line through it. They didn't even try to cover it up, and then put their own watermark on it and said, yep, we created this. This is our content. There it is. That's how they have the time to make these posts. They're not making them, they're stealing them. Which everyone knows is an excellent business practice. Maybe they do know what they're talking about. Some people are so broke that all they have is money. This might as well have given me whiplash, because I feel like we just read a million posts that said the opposite of this. One of them literally said they prefer money to love. I think this is because they used a picture of The Rock, and he is so powerful that he changed the narrative into something wholesome and constructive, rather than the rest of this garbage. Alright, let's look at one more. Bro, just train your mind to be calm in every situation. Bro, just train your mind to be calm in every situation. Like with money, or when you're playing chess with an actual lion. That's the same thing, though. We've all heard the old business adage, money is like playing chess with a lion. Clearly you did something to make that happen. You know what? That's motivational. Hold on, let me just... Boom. Motivation. You're welcome, America. Think of me when you make your first million. So what have we learned today? Nothing? Is nothing is the answer. You're right, it's nothing. We learn nothing. Because these attitude pages have nothing to say. They try to sell this idea of motivation for men, but it's always just bitter stuff about women or shitty motivational quotes that they swear will make you a millionaire. It's all just words, it's empty, and I shouldn't have spent this much time thinking about it. So that's going to do it for this week's video. I will see you next week when I will still be thinking about how urinals might have been invented by a tall guy who saw a sink, and thought, why not?